If you believe Netflix does not provide the best of the shows and it's all just hype, well, we may agree with you. That's why in this video, we're going to share with you 15 shows on Apple TV Plus that outperform Netflix. Stay with us till the end of the video to find out if you've watched any of them. So let's get started. Number 15, Bad Monkey. In Bad Monkey, Vince Vaughn plays a troubled former cop. His job is to figure out what happened to the cut arm that was found. There's a monkey in the show and it has both dark humor and touching moments. It goes deep into the strange and sometimes confusing lives of some interesting people from Florida. Number 14, Presumed Innocent. Harrison Ford played the lead role in a movie 34 years ago that was based on Scott Turo's exciting book. At this point, Jake Gyllenhaal is getting more attention. Instead of being a movie, this story is told through 8 episodes. Gyllenhaal plays Rusty Sabich, a lawyer in Chicago who is in a terrible spot because he's accused of killing a coworker. Not just any coworker, but one he was seeing behind her back. What a surprise. The show Presumed Innocent is being run by David E. Kelley, who's also the creator of hit shows like Big Little Lies and The Undoing. Number 13, Loot. There's not a direct connection between Loot and the breakup of Mackenzie Scott and Jeff Bezos, but the movie does make the story more fun. It's all about Molly, played by Maya Rudolph, who gets divorced from a tech billionaire and decides to do good things for other people. Alan Yang and Matt Hubbard, who created the show, got some ideas from Bezos and Scott's public breakup. Loot has a great cast, including Joel Kim Booster, Michaela J. Rodriguez, and Adam Scott. It's a funny, heartfelt movie. Number 12, Constellation. Many people are excited about Apple TV Plus and want to know what to watch next. Well, at the beginning of 2024, they added a brand new gem, Constellation, in which Noomi Rapace plays an astronaut who comes back to Earth after a big accident in space in this 8-part thriller. Instead of a warm welcome, she finds that everything's wrong. That kind of sci-fi show that keeps you on the edge of your seat and makes you think in strange ways. Hey, if you like shows that make you think, change your view of the world, or are just plain fun, Apple TV Plus's big hit show, Constellation's definitely for you. Number 11, The New Look. Now, this is a great movie. It takes you back to World War II and into the beautiful world of fashion as seen by famous designers such as Christian Dior, Coco Chanel, Pierre Balmain, and Cristobal Balenciaga. This show takes place in Paris during the Nazi occupation and adds a splash of haute couture at a time of intense battle. In this movie, Ben Mendelsohn channels the sophisticated charm of Christian Dior, and Juliette Binoche brings Coco Chanel's famous style to life. Maisie Williams, who is known for playing tough women, is a soft side to her as Catherine Dior. It's like a fashion dream team getting back together for a historic fashion show. Moreover, the musical genius Jack Antonoff has put together a mix that is a love letter to music from the early 1900s. Cover songs by Perfume Genius and Florence Welch will make you feel like you're dancing through the years. Number 10, Hijack. Idris Elba has worked hard over the years to get this killer look. He does it to stay calm and collected even when everything is going wrong. In Hijack, that face will be seen in all its glory. Elba plays a business broker who's on a plane going home to see his family. Doesn't that sound peaceful? Well, it's not. When the plane's taken over by bad guys, he has to negotiate with them while the stakes are very high. There are 7 parts which are about the same length as the flight. Tensions are high in the plane and politics are a mess back home. And trust me, you have to see this finish. The show's perfect for you if you like Elba's calm personality and intense events. Number 9, Lessons in Chemistry. Bonnie Garmus wrote a great first book, and it was turned into a TV show called Lessons in Chemistry. It's about Elizabeth Zott, who's played by the wonderful Brie Larson. The only reason Elizabeth was fired from her lab job was because she was a woman working in science. Lizzie does not let that slow her down. She ends up running a cooking show. But this is not like other cooking shows. It turns into a lot more than just food and meal times on her show. Along with her recipes, Elizabeth's cooking show brings in surprising and new ideas that change the game. Number 8, Shining Girls. This psychological movie from 2022 stars Elizabeth Moss. You may have missed it, but you should see it. Moss plays Kirby, a woman who thinks that a recent murder in Chicago might have something to do with a violent attack she had many years ago. She works together with the Sun-Times writer to see if there's a link. As they look into the case, Kirby's sense of reality starts to fade. The show is based on the book The Shining Girls. It's not your average murder mystery. It sticks out because it has sci-fi elements. This show's exciting to watch because of Moss's great acting and its unexpected turns. You should read this book if you like mysteries that keep you wondering and have a little sci-fi twist. Number 7, The Crowded Room. While the 1970s are coming to a close, Tom Holland shines in The Crowded Room as Danny Sullivan, a young man who gets caught up in a terrible shooting in New York City. Rhea Goodwin, who is played by Amanda Seyfried, looks into the case, setting off this 10-episode roller coaster ride. She is determined to solve the murder riddle and find out what happened in Danny's past that might have led him to be involved in all this trouble. Tom Holland, who plays in the show, also serves as the producer, and said that filming The Crowded Room was so intense, it made him decide to stop acting for a year. With a mix of scary scenes and interesting backstories, this show will keep you on the edge of your seat. Number 6, High Desert. Patricia Arquette's having a cool comeback. It might not get as much attention as Matthew McConaughey or Keanu Reeves returns, but it's still worth mentioning. Her most recent hit is High Desert, in which she plays Peggy, a woman who has had enough of the problems in her life. Peggy thinks it's time for a big change after her mother dies, so she turns into a private investigator. She gets a job with Bruce Harvey, played by Brad Garrett, and he also helps her out. But not everyone's happy about Peggy's new job choice. Her sister, played by Christine Taylor, is especially not happy about it. The show's a strange mix that works great with Arquette's dreamy acting style. She effortlessly moves between serious and hilarious scenes, which keeps viewers guessing. Also, the wonderful Bernadette Peters plays Peggy's late mother in recurring roles, giving the already amazing cast even more star power. Number 5, Severance. This, with its edgy must-see material, is likely the show on this list that made Apple TV Plus most famous. Mark, played by Adam Scott's a guy who's still in shock after his wife died. He opts to try severance, a method that separates his thoughts of work and home life. It sounds like a good idea until an old friend from Lumen Industries finds him outside of work, and this sets off a crazy series of events. Severance is a sad and gripping movie that was mostly directed by Ben Stiller. By the time the next shocking turn comes around, you'll be hooked and trying to figure out what's real and what's not. Number 4, Little America. Little America is a show that came out while Trump was still president. You can remember what makes America great by watching this show. A new story about an immigrant living in America is told in each show. An illegal high school student learns that he's very good at squash, and a bra whisperer from Brooklyn's another example. It only takes 30 minutes to watch each episode. Number 3, Dickinson. A lively young Emily Dickinson is played by Haley Steinfeld in this fun half-hour show made by Alina Smith. It was one of the first shows on Apple TV Plus, and its strange take on America in the 1800s will make it stand out. The first season's a collection of sharp, strange stories that were inspired by Dickinson's poems and try to show how she rebelled against her father, the rules of the town, and everything else. The next 2 seasons go even further and look at how gender, race, sexuality, and class affected early America. You would love this show if you like Dickinson, smart comedy drama, or modern songs set in the 1860s. Number 2, Shrinking. This show might be fun for you if you like In Treatment but wish it had more fun parts. The people who made the show are Bill Lawrence, Brett Goldstein, and Jason Segel. They all worked on Ted Lasso. Jimmy, played by Segel, is a therapist who's trying to get back in touch with his daughter and his patients after the death of his wife. The cast is great, and the show's about how people deal with tough conditions. And number 1, Sunny. This is a mix of dark comedy, drama, and sci-fi. Rashida Jones plays Susie, a woman who's still dealing with the loss of her husband and son in a tragic, strange plane crash. The movie's called Sunny, and she was given Sunny, a house robot, to help her deal. Since Susie's getting closer to Sunny, she's starting to figure out what happened to her family. AI is becoming a big part of our lives, and Sunny gives us a new point of view. On July 10th, the first 2 episodes came out. So, let us know. Have you seen any of these shows? Please share your reviews in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.